So like we mentioned, this is a script that we're far too familiar with, particularly in the state of Maharashtra. We've seen this kind of politicking, this kind of back and forth over Aurangzeb before as well. Let's bring in Sahil Joshi. He's joining us live from Mumbai with more on exactly that. Sahil, good evening. I want to focus on why we always see this kind of controversy around Aurangzeb and what's different this time. Why is it that many are opining that the Shiv Sena is actually on a back foot this time?
Well, sometimes your own instrument is used against you to defeat yourself. That is what is happening with the Shiv Sena. The same Shiv Sena used Aurangzeb or the anti-Aurangzeb sentiments in Aurangabad in 1988 when they first tried to set their footing in Aurangabad as a city for the first time outside Mumbai and Thane. Their presence for a very long time was only confined to Mumbai and neighboring areas of Mumbai. But for the first time in 1988, when they tried to move to Aurangabad and won the Aurangabad Municipal Corporation elections, which is one of the important cities in Maharashtra, that is the time they had picked up the same issue. That is the time when Balasaheb Thackeray had raised this demand that Aurangabad should be actually Sambhajinagar. Now, the interesting historic fact is that neither Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj nor Sambhaji Maharaj ever had Aurangabad in their control. Aurangabad has always been under control of first Mughals and then Nizam, and then it became part of Hyderabad state during the Britishers' time. Now, why this controversy has again picked up is basically because, now interestingly, and one more fact which I think we should not, we should be talking about is that Akbaruddin Owaisi or Asaduddin Owaisi, since the time AIMIM has been part of the Maharashtra politics since 2014 specifically, had never visited Aurangzeb's tomb. And of course, the place where Aurangzeb's tomb is not known as the place for Aurangzeb tomb, whereas it is known as a tomb of a Sufi saint, Moinuddin Chishti, who is supposed to be a spiritual guide of Aurangzeb. And Aurangzeb didn't die at this place, he died somewhere else, and then his body was buried here because he said that he wanted to be buried close to his spiritual guide. And Moinuddin Chishti, who is a Sufi saint, this place is known for the Sufi saints and their burial place. But that point apart, Akbaruddin Owaisi had never visited Aurangzeb's tomb before, but this is the time when he saw to it that he should be visiting Aurangzeb's tomb. Sharad Pawar has clearly said that he did it to erupt this particular controversy. Now we have to understand what happened few days back. Raj Thackeray addressed a rally in Aurangabad. He said that the masjid should be targeted if they have loudspeakers, they are reciting azan through the loudspeakers. There should be, his workers should put up the loudspeakers and recite Hanuman Chalisa in front of masjids. It started in Aurangabad. They are trying to use the same tools which Shiv Sena used a while back. Now it has a strong presence of AIMIM as well. So even AIMIM is looking at it as an opportunity to consolidate their Muslim vote base. The other parties like the BJP or MNS is looking at this controversy, to take it down on Shiv Sena, to snatch Hindutva voters from Shiv Sena in Aurangabad. Now, interestingly, Devendra Fadnavis demands that there should be action against Akbaruddin Owaisi. Now, what action should be taken to visit against somebody who has visited Aurangzeb's tomb there in Aurangabad? So it is all political. Looking at the Aurangabad municipal corporations which are due in next few months, it clearly looks like that there is an political attempt to polarize vote bank from AIMIM as well and from the other parties who are claiming to be the carriers of Hindutva.
It's very clear from what you're telling us, Sahil, that this is completely political. Sahil, thank you for joining us with those great insights. It gives us a sense of why we're seeing this narrative right now.